What was that?
If you camp alone, especially if you're a woman, that moment can feel really unsettling. But there are a few things that I do that make myself feel a whole lot safer, and two of them are free, but they're rarely talked about. This first one has saved me from so many sleepless nights. So you're in your car, it's dark outside, your windows are covered because, well, you want to sleep, and also you don't want randos looking in your car windows, and then you hear something outside. I mean, maybe it's a raccoon, maybe it's a branch, but you know what? Maybe it's someone walking around your campsite. Now what? One of the things that has helped me feel a lot better about this is my WolfBox camera system. I mean, yes, it helps me out when I'm driving because I pack so much gear, I cannot see out the back. And now I can do something I could never do before. I can actually back into my camping spot. But what this system also does is it allows me to see what's happening outside my car at night without having to open a door or window or take down my window blinds. So when I go to bed, I set my car into park mode, and even with the car turned off, if anyone approaches my campsite or touches my car, it will instantly start recording. And then I can either look at what's happening through my rear view mirror, or I can look at it on my phone. Now I know it's out there and I don't lay awake all night worrying.
Raccoon.
And that same parking mode comes in handy if I'm away from my car. Like say I go on a hike or something. I mean, it's not going to live stream to my phone, but what I can do is when I get close again, I take a little peek on my phone to see if anything triggered the system to recording. And it's not like I'm expecting something bad to happen. This is just one more layer of preparedness. And that's what we're looking for. I mean, just be aware and be prepared. And if you're new here, I'm Kara Schultz, and I'm author of A Field Guide to Luxury Tent Camping. And here at the Curated Campsite, we help you come up with a camping experience that is more personalized to you, comfortable, and organized. And if you would like my free PDF planner, the link is in the description. This is not going to be an exhaustive list of everything you can do to stay safe while you're camping. It is some of the most useful things that I've found to increase my safety, particularly when I'm camping solo. And some of them cost next to nothing. In fact, this next one is probably the second cheapest one on the list. You probably already own it. So this is one of those things that is so basic that I feel a little silly talking about it, but I realize how many people just don't think about it. And that is my car keys. So when I go to bed, I clip my car keys onto one of these little magnetic clips that you can see here. And then I put it right next to my head where I'm going to be sleeping. Because if I hear something outside and I need to react quickly, I don't want to have to be digging through a bag trying to find my keys. And then I have two options open to me. I can either hit that panic button and the lights will flash and the car horn will go off and everyone in the area will know something's going down, or I can hop into the front seat and drive off. Now, I have never had to do that. Maybe you have. Let me know in the comments. But this is going to be a refrain that you're going to hear throughout this video. This just gives me options. Oftentimes when we talk about campsite safety, we're too focused on other people and not focused on a lot of the situations that can happen while we're camping, that when you're solo, you're the only person that you can rely on. And so for this reason, I always have a fire extinguisher in my car, and I have it to where I can immediately grab it. It is always right there, because if a fire starts, you need to buy yourself some time. Likewise, I always have my first aid kit right here, no matter what, because if you're in your campsite and you get burned or you're bleeding around the area, you want to be able to take care of that immediately. And so these are two of the things that I always have in my car. They are always in the exact same place so that I can grab them immediately. So let me ask you, do you have a first aid kit, and do you have a fire extinguisher when you go camping, and where do you keep them? There's one category that I am not covering in this video, and that is personal defense weapons. The reason for that is the rules vary by state to state, not just on what you can do, but the circumstances in which you can utilize them and what constitutes deadly force. I am not an attorney. I am not the one that's going to be giving you helpful tips on this or legal advice on this. That is up for you to research. However, there is one super important thing that you can do to keep yourself safe when you are camping, and it doesn't cost anything. Make sure someone knows where you are. Google Maps lets you share your location with someone you trust, like a friend or a family member. So if I'm heading out camping by myself, I set it to share location. But there's an important distinction here. They will know where my phone is, not necessarily where I am, and that's not the same thing. So I also do a check-in plan. Like, I'll call you when I get there, or I'll call you in the morning or at a set time. And also, if you don't hear from me by X time, here's what I want you to do. And that plan only takes about 2 minutes to set up. And honestly, that kind of planning is what makes solo camping feel so much better. You're not sitting there thinking about everything that can go wrong. You've already thought of a few possibilities. You know how you're gonna see what's happening outside. You know where your keys are and you can hit the panic button, or you're able to drive off. You know where your fire extinguisher and your first aid kit are. And somebody else knows where you are. And now I'm curious, if you camp alone, what do you do that makes you feel safer? Because I know there's gonna be people out there that have things figured out and have their own little tips. And they'll think of things that I've never even heard of. So put those in the comments and share.